Hey everybody, this is Peter with Tabletop Gaming Guild, and today we're going to take a very quick look at a product from Green Ronin, and that is Dreadcrawls. This is a zine that is supporting their new game Cthulhu Awakens, and if you backed Cthulhu Awakens during its campaign, you would have received a copy of this for the early supporting of that game. They are planning on making more of these zines. They've listed specifically 2 of them that they're planning on doing, but this is issue 0, Strange Places. Now, if you did not back the campaign and you'd like to get a copy of it, you can head over to greenroninstore.com and you can get a copy of it there. Currently on sale for $5.99, but normally it would be $7.99. Now, a zine is not anything really new. They're actually quite old in the world of tabletop role-playing games and other things in geek culture, but they're just short little magazines focusing on maybe 2 to 3 articles that support the game and the players of the games. This issue, Strange Places, specifically focuses more on the game master with the type of materials that they're trying to talk people through. So there are 2 articles, Crafting the Dread Map and Mythos Labyrinths. And in Crafting the Dread Map, they focus solely on what type of map you are going to utilize in your game. Are you using what they call the point map, or are you using an open-ended map? And they talk a little bit about both of these. And in the point map, they talk about the fact that this is maybe a larger area, and on that map, you're giving very specific locations on it where your players are going to be interacting, and they can see that from the map itself. There are dots pointing from one location to another. The players might not know in which order they're going to be visiting these locations or what they're going to see when they get there, but they can see the areas that are of interest for the game. But in the open-ended map, something like, a town map or a city map that shows all of the buildings and all of the streets, and there's nothing specifically stating which areas are the points of interest. It's open-ended. The players are going to get to choose where they want to go, and when they get there, they will be surprised at what they find. The rest of this article is a bunch of rollable charts that help the GM to populate those maps, whether they are going to be the point maps or the open-ended maps. The idea here is they want to give you rollable charts where you can choose different types of monsters or eldritch entities. You can figure out different types of sites to fill your map, artifacts that you can fill the rooms with, and each one of these charts have the names in the charts have little paragraphs, little things telling you about them. And so like here specifically, we have the prison rollable chart, and then we can see what kind of age and guards are there, and then they give you information for each one of those items. So that's the first article, all about what kind of map are you going to use in your game, and then how do you populate that map. And they give you ideas for how to do that, whether you roll on the chart and take the random option, or you just look through it, you get excited, and you choose the one that you want. Now, the second article is called Mythos Labyrinths, and AKA these are dungeons. So it's how to draw or build out the labyrinth for your game. So you're going to, again, get some rollable charts, and then you also can just choose what you want. And each one of these charts, again, has the results and then a paragraph or 2 about each of the results. So I didn't find this to be anything new or groundbreaking, but it is nice that they are continuing to support the people who are going to be playing their games, and I'll be really interested to see what's coming out for some of their other zines as well. Now, the thing that I thought was a little bit interesting was right towards the end of this second article, and that was focusing on what they're calling non-Euclidean geometry. And the idea here is that you're going to be building labyrinths and or maps that loop back on themselves or do things that things in our world wouldn't really be able to happen. And so they give you these ideas of folded space mapping and non-Euclidean point mapping. And I found these to both be very interesting and a little mind-bendy, and I think that's really where they need to lean a little bit more going into these just because it made me feel a little bit more of the Cthulhu Awakens weirdness that I think they're going for. And so I really enjoyed this part of the second article. I think it was probably the strongest point in this zine, and it also had me thinking more and wanting to read a little bit more about it. So that was probably, again, it was only maybe the last 4 or 5 pages of the zine itself, but I think it was the strongest part of the zine, and I hope to see more weird and out of the ordinary things like that in the upcoming zines, just to get my creative juices flowing. So that is the first zine of Dreadcrawls. Again, that's going to be supporting the new Cthulhu Awakens game from Green Ronin. I hope you liked the video. I hope it helped you decide whether or not this zine might be something that you need to purchase. If you think you do, you can head on over to greenroninstore.com, pick up your copy, download that PDF. You purchase it, it'll be in your downloads really, really quick. And if you enjoy it, keep a lookout, because they did say that there's going to be at least 2 more issues of this. And again, I assume it will depend on the popularity of the zines, how well they sell, and how much the community talks about them, to see if they continue to make them. There's a lot of other companies out there who are doing these types of articles, either on a payable site where they live, or it could be like this, where you purchase them and then you download them onto your computer. But it's a great way to support the community and the game base. And so if the players are really enjoying them and the game masters are enjoying them, I'm sure they're going to keep them coming out. And again, if I was just going to recommend anything to Green Ronin, continue that weirdness. Definitely lean into it. The generic map and labyrinth articles are good, but the more we can get the weird things, the out of the ordinary things, I think the better, specifically for this game. So everybody, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and until we talk again, keep on playing games.